Hey guys, Peter here to do a concert review. Last night I went to see Unearth in Toronto at the Hard Luck Bar. Normally I do these when I get home after the show, but I was absolutely exhausted, so I just fell asleep. So I decided to do this in the morning. Great night, Hard Luck Bar, a place that I've been to many times for many different shows. And last night they were hosting the last show of this tour, Unearth. They played Ontario and they played a few dates in Quebec. This was a small little tour that they had with Darkest Hour. But I'm only going to concentrate on Unearth. That's the band that I really went there to see. I couldn't care less about anybody else on the bill. I just went to see Unearth. I really like their album Extensions. I did a review last year, and then that album really opened my eyes to the band, into their sound, to their style. So when I saw that they were doing this small little Canadian tour, and the last night of their tour was in Toronto, I knew I had to go. I really wanted to see their live show for myself. I really wanted to see them live. I wanted to see how their sound really translates from a studio to their live setting. And at a Hard Luck Bar, which is a really small venue, I really wanted to see how that was going to be, how the atmosphere of the show was going to be. Super cold night in Toronto, by the way. The Hard Luck Bar, let's start with the venue. It was absolutely packed to the rim. I mean, we were like sardines in a can. Like, we couldn't move. It was, I've been there to many shows. I've been there to see many bands. I've never seen that venue this packed. You couldn't move. It was absolutely just packed to the rim. I mean, if you try to fart, probably somebody would fly out of the door because there was no room for that air to go anywhere. It was absolutely incredible how busy and how packed the venue was. That to me was a surprise because, like I said, I've been there many times for many different bands. I've never seen a place that packed. It was obvious to me from the beginning that everybody was there for Unearth. That's the band that everybody was hyped to see. That's the band that everybody wanted to see. And that was pretty obvious from the crowd, from the people in the crowd, from talking to people at the venue. It really felt to me that even though they were not headlining the show, this was a show that was co-headlined with Darkest Hour. And at this venue, at this night, they were performing before Darkest Hour. But it was obvious to me that everybody was there for them. And that was obvious also after the set because a lot of people left after they finished their performance. So it's obvious that the night was all about Unearth and about their music. They had not a long set, but they had a really decent sized set. They played 12 songs. They played 4 songs from the new record. The other ones were all their classic songs from older albums. So as far as the set is concerned, I was really happy with the songs that they put together. They played perhaps my favorite 4 from the new album. They played Incinerate, Survivalist, One with the Sun. So they played a lot of the songs that I really enjoyed from their new record. I couldn't think of a song from the new record that I would wanted them to play that they didn't play. So they incorporated those 4 songs on their set, played the old classics, and the crowd was hyped. The crowd was really lit. I mean, it was insanity. And the crowd was not only hyped for the older songs, but also the new songs, because you could see people singing along. Even crowd surfers were singing along, because it's a small venue, you can really hear everything. And the vocalist was putting the mic to them and they were singing along. So you could tell that everybody was really hyped about being there. They were hyped about the venue. They were hyped about the crowd. One thing hyped the other. It was like a chain event of emotions. You get there, it's a small venue, the place is packed, the music is loud, it's vibrant, everybody just gets hyped, and that really translated to a really cool evening. The thing to me that I felt was important was that the crowd, like I said before, was not only really vibing to the old stuff, they were really vibing to the new stuff, which means the new album really had an impact with the fans, and people really enjoyed the new record from Unearth. Extensions was really a cool record, so I'm not really surprised with that. But considering the album came out late last year, you really never know how that's going to translate to fans in a live setting, because most of the times fans are there for the older material, not the new material. In this case, it was obvious that the fans really enjoyed that new material because they were singing along, and the energy from song to song never changed. It didn't really matter if it was a new song from the new album or a song from an older album. The energy in the pit, the energy in the venue never really dissipated. I really like the fact that they also started the set with 2 new songs from the album, and then they finished with 2 classics, My Will Be Done and The Great Dividers. Those were the 2 songs that they finished the set with. So they started with new, they finished with old. In the middle, they sprinkled a little bit of everything. Great energy on stage, absolutely great energy. Small little stage, small little venue, but great energy. I've been to many shows in small venues like this. I've never seen a band have this kind of a response and such a smaller venue, and how everything was just absolutely lit in the crowd. I really enjoyed it. Really opened my mind to the band and how much they can do in a live setting, and how much I would like to see them in a bigger stage, in a bigger setting, in a bigger venue, perhaps instead of headlining, opening for a bigger band. They have so much talent. It was obvious to me. Their live performance was incredible. Their stage presence was incredible. And because there was a little bit of a crunch for time, it was not like they even took time to speak with the audience. This was like professional musicians at work. It was like, you know, pumping out song after song, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. They really went through these 12 songs as fast as they could. They didn't really kill any time in between, because obviously there was a crunch for time. The show had to be finished by, they had to finish by midnight, so they really had to pump them out. But the crowd was extremely excited, and I really liked the connection that they had with the audience. I saw crowd surfers going on stage, hugging the band, and jumping back into the crowd. The crowd and the band almost became one. It was a really cool show. I'm really glad that I took the time to go see them, because it was really an exciting night. It was exciting to see them play. It was exciting to see them perform these new songs from the new album live. It was exciting to see some of the older stuff. And like I said, I really enjoyed the energy that the audience had, but also the energy that the band gave the audience. If you guys had a chance to ever see Unearth, I really highly recommend going and checking out these guys live. Absolutely killer live band, tons of energy, jumping around, killer riffs, incredible frontman. I highly, highly recommend catching one of their shows anytime you have a chance, regardless if it's as a headliner, opening band. This is a band that really brings they bring it everything with their performance on stage. So I highly, highly recommend going check out Unearth. I also got to meet some of the viewers from the channel at the venue. It was really cool. I want to thank all of you that came to say hi. It's always a pleasure meeting people that watch our videos. So anytime I see somebody at a venue, I always have a great time talking to them and saying hi. Anyways, this is it. I really wanted to make it short. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of how the show was, and I want to re-emphasize that if you guys get a chance to see this band live, don't miss it. It really is a great show. It really puts on a great show, and it becomes a great evening out listening to great metalcore. All right? Take care, guys.